Hello all, Jamie Rodgers here today for Craftmania, and we're going to bring you a brand new style of video and promotion. Now, we're aware that life goes at a fast pace and sometimes collections come out and we skip a beat and we miss them, to be quite honest. And we decided that what we'd like to do is actually bring back the offers from when we took these items on TV or when they launched and give you a second chance to get hold of them at an amazing discount price. There's going to be bundle offers, there's also promotions on the individual products. And of course, as always, if you spend over £5, your UK P&P is completely free and your international shipping is capped at just £10. So if you missed them first time round, this is a fresh look and a fresh opportunity for you to get them for 7 days and 7 days only on our offer prices. Now, as always, pop onto the website, which is www.craftmaniacrafts.com, head on to the As Seen on TV section, and then all of our shows and all of our YouTube videos are all done in date order. So you will find this one, of course, under November, and it will tell you that it's a YouTube video and it will tell you that it's the lovely Nautical collection we're looking at. So you can click on that one and it'll open up a page with all of the products we're going to be discussing, and it will give you all of the offers for 7 days after this video is launched. So you haven't got long, so get in quick. On top of that, not only am I bringing back all of the samples that I made for this show, a lovely design team have been involved for this collection as well. So Lynn and Ian have also made lots of lovely samples that I'm going to be sharing with you throughout today's video. And if you have any questions about the samples, the products, anything at all, please just pop them in the comments and we'll do our very best to answer them. And hopefully Lynn and Ian will also be sharing these as well on our lovely group, so you'll be able to ask some questions there too. If you haven't come across our group before, do check that out on Facebook. It's a closed group, so you'll have to join it. But it's Create with Craftmania and Jamie Rodgers. And on there you'll see not only creations by me, also the design team, and you can share with us as well what you've been up to. And we'd love to see what you're doing with this collection as well. So then, for our first sort of bounce back promotional offer as such, let's have a look at this collection. So what we're bringing you today is this Sue Wilson stained glass collection, and I'm going to go through them die by die for you. So our first one here is Beach Sunset. Now I'm going to be honest, my desk is absolutely chocker full of stuff today, so I haven't got too much room to play around. Now this is our first one. Now this should be $16.99, but it's on offer for the next 7 days at only $14.44, which is a saving of 15%. Now don't forget, you're also going to receive your free P&P on that one as well. So $14.44 is going to get that one to you at home at that price point. Now, in with these dies, what I have forgot to sort of show you as such is how many you're actually getting. Each set has its own outside edges, it's got its own frames, and it's got its own focal point. Now, being completely honest with you, and you've possibly already seen, there are 4 in this collection that we're going to be looking over. And we actually have a bundle offer for you to buy all 4, as well as a bundle for all of the dies I'm going to be sharing with you today, except the flower, but we'll discuss that shortly. With these, I actually look at them as much more than just the nautical set that you see them within. When you take out the boats and the lighthouses and bits like that, these frames are great all year round. Maybe you've got some hunky-dory toppers, or anyone's toppers, paper boutique toppers perhaps, of them little circles. They will fit perfectly into these windows. I personally use these a lot with my tea bag folding collection as well, because obviously when we do our medallions, they fit perfectly into these frames. And if you don't want to use them as frames and you would prefer to use them as a solid backing plate, then just don't use the inner frames to cut them out, and you'll have them as solids as well. And I'll share that with you as we go through and look through some of the different designs. So do look at them as interchangeable as well. If you'd like to just take one outside frame and change the different picture between the sets in the inside, you can do that as well. And again, you'll see that on some of our samples. So starting off with our first one here, giving you a little idea of what I mean by some of them sort of ramblings I've been going on about. This one is the Beach Sunset frame. So this is one I show you. That's the actual middle part of the die. This is that lovely backing plate that we have with the debossed element in it. We then have this lattice circle. We then of course have the backing circle. And then of course we have the ability to cut that middle part out. Now obviously we're limited to how many items we can put on an A3 board like this, but straight away you can start to see how you've got the different options to use the different size circles to cut into these, and then layer them, layering up this part on the frame and then putting pictures in the middle of it, using the die from this one in the middle of that one to cut out a circle, so you've got that as a frame. the options really are quite endless with a collection like this. So that's our first one. That was the beach sunset design. Now I've got loads of cards to go through with you, so I'm going to bring in a few and we'll just have a little flick through. This one's actually done by Lynn herself, one of our design team members, and on this one of course she's used that die. She's also used some of the stencils that we'll be coming up with shortly, also some distress ink, some craft card, and as well one of our Sweet Dixie grey patterned paper pads for this background piece, and you'll find those paper pads on our website as well. They're not on offer at the moment, but they are on there if you'd like to look at the Sweet Dixie pads. We'll actually put them in the same album as the show, as what we're doing at the moment, so they won't be on offer sadly, but they're very, very good value, so do look out for the Sweet Dixie pads. They'll be on there too. Moving on to some more samples from our lovely Lynn. I love the way she put silver and gold together on this one. A lot of people don't like silver and gold together, but I think this really works. Just silver gold mirror card layered together. These lovely waves die that you can see in the background, that's going to be coming up shortly. When we talk about the flower die, we'll be looking at that a little later on. This is that lovely flower die also put into action. So just think on those ideas as well. Bringing back other things that you may have seen on recent videos that we've done. This is our linen magic, and which is a lovely, it's a sort of like a vellum. It's a cross between a vellum and a fabric. It's an amazing product. Pete did a little video for us that you'll find on our YouTube channel not that long ago with this one. But as you can see, Lynn's used it, die cut it and layered it, and it looks really, really lovely. You're also going to be seeing these words come up soon as well, so do keep an eye out for those. They're also going to be in your big bundle as well, which will give you the biggest saving. Again, just another little small card. This is one of our scalloped 5x5 cards as well that we have at Craftmania. So if small cards are more your thing, absolutely fine to do them in that sense with these dies. This is one actually using one of my in and out dies with the circles on the edge there to create that sort of peekaboo effect to the inside of the card. And Lynn's done this really cool shaving foam technique that you'll also find videos how to do that on our YouTube as well. And my favourite flower of all time, the lovely French marigold's been brought in here as well, along with I'm going to get some pixie bursts to make our lovely colours and pixie sparkles, which work really nicely. Now a card that I've actually done here, this one again, we're going to be looking at these stencils shortly, they're coming up. This lovely Woodgrain stamp as well, I've got that to share with you. You can see the different layers being used on this one, so different frame to different outside and different layers for the background. They're all going to be coming up in the next three that we look at as well. We're also looking at the ink here that I'll be talking to you about as well, our Colour Cloud inks, and of course we have my pierced dies for the backing plate, and of course my brand new sentiment collection has also been used on here for the wording, and I'll be talking to you about those as well throughout today's video. So lots on that one to give you an idea of. Another little one here, again using a different backing plate, that's going to be coming up, different stencil in the background, playing around with some of our polishes. Then another little card here just using that yellow, white and black. Again, different outside edges, doesn't have to be the ones that come with it, and as you can see, that sort of cut out and layered on effect so that we've got that lovely yellow coming through underneath. Another card here done by Lynn Lewis. This time she's gone for some of our lovely pixies. Again, actually, I'm lying to you, sorry, this one's one of Ian's. We've got, again, in and out dies around the side. We have got pixies being used in the background there. And again, different edges and different sentiments which are coming up. Another one here by Ian. This time he's gone for some nice colouring with some inks going on. Added on one of our wordies across the bottom here. And again, used the layers that come in with that actual die set to give you some different ideas. Now, I never liked this card when I made this one. I'm going to share it with you. This is using some of our crystal tints that we'll be talking about again in today's video. They're also on offer at the moment. And again, we've got different layers going on from the different sets. I really like interchanging my different layers and just all framed together on black and white. And when I said I didn't like it, it's because of the colours in the Caught in Crystal remind me of Christmas, not the sunset I was sort of hoping for. But that's the beauty of the Caught in Crystal technique. You can, of course, do those in all the colours that you'd like, and we'll talk more about that shortly. Last one to show you with that collection is, oh, no, it's not. I've knocked that one off. Forget that. We'll come back to that one, I promise. So that's your first die in the set. Moving on, we then have the Beach Lighthouse. So this one, again, we've got 4 different dies in this set again. Same price if you'd like it individually. So same as the last one, which was $16.99, reduced to $14.44 if you prefer. And then I'll show you also the board for that one. So this is our lovely board, showing you again just a few ideas on how you can cut that one out if you'd prefer to look at it in that sense. Sometimes it makes a little bit more sense than the boards, doesn't it? Or the actual dies, sorry. So I'll lay that one down, show you a few samples of this one too. Haven't got quite as many for this one, which is possibly good because I could keep you here forever. So this one again is one that Lynn's done for us. So she's used another one of the square in and out dies to actually create the sort of peekaboo effect on the side. We've gone for white and craft card, different sentiments again. As you can see, she's stuck to the layers that come in with that set, which is quite nice. And she's used the little seagull, which comes from the first die that we shared with you. Then as you can see on the inside, she's got her sort of split sentiments, one that we're going to be looking at shortly, and another one from the collection that you'll find online. Then moving on, we have another one done by Lynn. This time again, we've used the in and out die on the side. We've got some gilded touch waxes going on over the top to give our texture. And we've got one of our A4 embossing folders used in the background. I love how she's coloured this. Doesn't that look really lovely? Very metallic, very metally, very nice embellishment style to the top of her die cut. Very, very smart. Of course, you'll find gilded waxes on the website as well, if that's something you've not come across before. Another one done by Lynn Lewis here. Paper pad again in the background. That's, of course, our lovely Sweet Dixie paper pads. So again, I'm going to put in the album for you to have a little look at. But more importantly, of course, is our die and our crystal tints that have been used in the background and through the stained glass element in the frame. So really bring in them colours from these papers, but again, give you that really lovely stained glass effect that these dies can achieve very, very easily. Then we'll move on to another one. So another little card this time. This time I've done some stenciling using the inks that we've got coming up on this little video for you. These are our colour cloud inks gone through onto some card through the stencils that we've of course got today as well. A little bit of vellum, little sentiment down in the corner there too. Very simple card, not too complicated, but that's really the beauty of a collection like this. It doesn't have to be complicated. And we talk all the time about men's cards, don't we, and how difficult they can be. Not to just put this into one gender or one topic, but doesn't this work really well for like vintage men's cards like this one here? Of course, we've got that lighthouse going on again. We've got a different background frame. We've got the actual backing plate from the very first die we looked at. Again, showing how that's all going to work together for you really nicely. We've got the sentiments that are coming up shortly. All of this has been coloured with our ink that we're going to be looking at the end of the sort of counter when we get there. And then again, you've got that wood grain stamp we'll be looking at and the different stencils, which of course are also coming up and are on offer as well. So it really shows how you can bring everything together from what we're going to be looking at today, putting it all together into one project for you. Then we've got another one. This one again is done by Ian to give you another idea. So again, a little bit of wax over the top of the middle part and pixie powders used in the reverse at the background there. And again, our frame cut out to lay that all together. Another little wordie, another one of the wordies added down the bottom, which I think works really well with this collection. Layered onto a black card blank as well, which you'll also find on the website if that's something you don't yet have in your collection. Talking of black, another one, I love this, very sort of stormy night sky, stormy day at sea, I like that. And with that good luck sort of sentiment, I think that's quite an apt one for this one. Again, I'm going to go out and say this is pixie bursts used in the background. They're making waves, I would say. And again, just silvers and mirror cards layered round for the frame cuts. Again, interchange them if you want to, stick with the same ones as what comes with it if you prefer. Then we'll move on to our next one. So our next one, this is the beach sailboat. So again, thinking of that interchangeability, the more you get, the more you can sort of mix and match. But I do love this boat. Not only is it good for your sort of men's cards, if that's something you would like, I also see this being done for children's cards too. Even maybe baby new arrival cards, perhaps. I think with a die like this, it's all down to the colours you use and the way you decorate it to the theme you're sort of trying to achieve. But I really like this one. I also like the way that the cutouts are in that background frame so that you get that sort of peekaboo effect again into the colour underneath them. So if you want to leave them open like this one, you can do, but if you'd like to put another colour underneath like we have the black card, that's going to work really nicely for you as well. If you wish to cut the middle out, again, something we haven't even spoke about is how good these frames are for scrapbooking. As a scrapbooker myself, I'm always looking for different frames. This is a really cool and unique way to be able to do that. And not only could you cut these out using obviously the circle here, you could actually put this die in the middle of that one and cut it out so you've got a wider frame, or you could of course put your scallop die into the middle and actually have a scalloped frame. So again, you could spice up each frame for each photo or each page if you would like to. So I really like this set. I think this one's a really good one to have. Let's show you just a few samples from this one. So straight on here with our lovely boat being used. This is one I've done. I've used acetate on the actual reverse of the frame, so it's got that sort of see-through transparent look. In the middle here we've gone for some pearl tints. We'll be talking about those shortly. They're on offer as well. I've also stamped my wood grain in the background with the inks that we've got on today's show, and we've got that stamp for you as well. We then of course have the sentiments, which are brand new, and we've got them backing plates for you from the Pierce collection as well. Just a little bit of ribbon to tidy that one up, and that's that one done. Moving on, we've got more courting crystal created with our crystal tints. We'll be talking a little bit about that shortly. And again, as you can see, using different pieces from the backgrounds to layer them up to give you different effects. This background plate is actually going to be out of the next die set that we look at, and that part there as well is also out of the next one. So again, showing you how they're all very interchangeable if you would like. Sentiment, once again, that will be coming up shortly just to give you an idea. Then we move on to our next one. This again is using some of our crystal tint backgrounds. On the acetate here, silver mirror card underneath with that lovely embossed piece of the corner, which is from the first die we looked at, and then just in black and white. This one actually goes up and then also becomes a twisted easel, and it gives you that little look at the sentiment that we'll be showing you shortly. Again, one of the dies that we have in the bundle. Then we have our last die set for the actual main focus, these lovely windows. This one this time is the beach palms. Now I love this, and you can possibly see actually, and not that I should ever let you see this sort of thing, but if we look at the samples here, you can see that me, Lynn and Ian have got most carried away with this design. So I've got lots of samples to share with you with this one, but it's just a good indication that you can see how much we loved playing with it. So this one's a really cool design. Again, we've got 4 dies in here. When we skip on and we have a little look at the board, you can see same idea again. We've got them back in flame plates, we've got that aperture effect that we can create, we've got that focal point, and we've got that lovely layer again. Once more, think of bringing in your toppers, putting them on the top of these, giving that sort of drama to your toppers that sometimes can be a little bit plain, and that's going to work for you just as that element alone. But you've still got all of the abilities to use all of the other bits as well. I really do look at this as a collection I'd sort of break down and use individually throughout the year, not only just for nautical cards or Father's Day cards or birthday cards and bits like that. I think I could use this in a lot more ways in different stages. So this one again is one of the cards that Lynn's done. It's another 5x5 scallop card. You'll find them on the website. We then of course have pixie powders on this one as well as the palm trees. So it's just again very simple, very elegant, not overly complicated, but I think that works really, really nicely. We've also got the inspirational words die as well from Sue Wilson. You'll find that on the website if that's one you'd like to look at. Moving on to another one from Lynn. I've got a lot of these to go through, so I'm going to try and be quick. This one is using some of our lovely Gilding flecks. You'll find them on the website, of course. Self-adhesive sheets in the background to hold them on. Little birdies from the first die set. Little wordy down the bottom there. And more of our Sweet Dixie paper pad in the background. So again, have a little look at those. They really are a star of them pads. You'll really like them if you've not seen them before. Moving on to our next one, going very golden, very tropical. Again from Lynn, this time we've gone for another 5x5 card. We've got that bubble die engraved in the background. We'll be looking at that one shortly, but seeing that as an engraved element, really nice and textural in the background. We then of course have the frame die out around the outside. We've got pixie bursts and pixie powders coming together to make our sea and our night sky, and all of that married onto one just 5x5 card. So if you are into smaller cards, lovely size to be working with. Then we go on to this one. This one is our Beach Palms die, of course, again. In the background, she's used My Glossy Glazes, another one done by Lynn. And we've got that Beach Waves die as the background. That's also going to be coming up shortly. So bear that one in mind. I'm going to keep that card out for you to have a little look at it. It also shows how you can snip those beach palms out and use them as separate items if you don't want to use them all as one die in that circle. Another one from me. This time we've of course got some inks going on in the background here. We'll be looking at those inks shortly. We've got those layers coming in. We've then got that stenciled effect from one of the stencils we'll be looking at. Another little word sentiment down here again, missing you, and a backing plate from the Pierce collection, which we can talk about shortly as well. I've told you I've got quite a few of these. I'm sorry, I could keep here for hours, couldn't I? Next one coming up. This time I've coloured the actual die cut before layering it. Cut in my aperture, used the die from the very first set from that backing plate. Again, just showing you how they're all going to work together. This flower is the flower we'll be looking at shortly. So again, I'm going to keep that one out so I can show you that when we get to the flowers, because I think they're really, really beautiful. Another little one here, just showing you some simple colouring. Another one here using the Caught in Crystal backgrounds. This one is actually an easel card. And again, we've got one of the little sentiments coming up on the bottom there is our little stopper piece if you would prefer. Another one using our lovely colours of metallic gilding polish that we'll be looking at shortly. And we've got the Caught in Crystal effect with the crystal tints coming up on the background of that one as well. Another simple card just to show you how you can stick to just colours of cardstock. They're all going to be coming up for you shortly too. So if you do just wish to stick to some simple colours, you can go that way. And then another one here from Ian, just working on a very pastel sort of colour scheme here with our sort of lemons and really nice sunshine shades mixed in with golds and whites, which I think works really lovely. Now, if you would like to buy just those dies here, maybe you're, we've got a lot more we're going to go through, but maybe you're looking at them and you're thinking, well, actually, Jamie, it's just those four I really want to get my hands on. I really like that interchangeability. I really like that style. Well, why don't you grab just that as a bundle? The recommended retail price for those four on their own is £67.96. Now, you can, of course, buy them individually for $14.44 separately, but we do have an offer on where you can get all four of those for just $53.99, which is the hugest saving that we can give you, to be honest. Don't forget, you're going to get that P&P free delivered to your door if you live within the UK. It's a nice way to go. But you might want to add more onto your bundle. Now, we've already looked at these in a lot of the ways through those samples, but we have a few more dies for you, and there is a bigger bundle coming. So hold on and keep your pen and paper safe. You might want to go bigger. Now, the next one we're going to look at, this is a part of Sue Wilson's background collection. This is the Bubbles die. Now, I love the background collection because what that actually means is we have a die, but it doesn't have an outside blade around it. So if you wish to leave this in your cardstock, if you wish to marry this up and go bigger, you can do. If you want to trim it out, you can. If you want to use it in smaller areas, you can. If you want to die cut into it, you can. If you want to trim it out on a guillotine, you can. It basically gives you the most options you can imagine in a background format. Now this one should be, I can tell you it's on offer at, here we are, $15.99, and it's reduced to just £13.59, but I can't even read my own writing now, it's getting worse, isn't it? So $15.99 reduced to £13.59 if you want to go for just that one on its own. Now if we bring in just a couple of samples of this is what it's going to look like, just cut out of white and layered onto black, which of course is really lovely. But if you'd like to start bringing in your colours, layering it up with some of our sentiment dyes, you can absolutely do that. Here's one Ian's done, I believe, and used some of our lovely frosted silver card in the background, layered up the elements on the top here, and of course got that bubble effect going on in the background there. Here's another one by Lynn, again, paper from the Sweet Dixie pads, Caught in Crystal technique going on in the background, or crystal tints used in the background on acetate, and again just layered that lovely pattern and panel on from, of course, our Beach Palms die set. So that's our Bubbles one. If you like the look of that and you think, well, maybe I'd like another sort of more beachy style one, then of course you can go for this one as well. This is, of course, the Beach Wave set. Same idea, same size. So size-wise, this one is 12.2 by 12.2 centimetres. And this time we've got that one big die, exactly the same as before, giving you that ability to leave it in your cardstock or cut it out if you wish to. So lots of options and a few ways in which this has been used, some that you might not predict. This one, here we are. Let's start with this bit. This is your black and white version. So you could go for just that if you'd like. Or you can bring in some colour. And these are the polishes we're going to be looking at shortly. Just blended together and then die cut out of. Black panel put underneath. Same matching piece of card to use to cut the piece down the bottom there. Or you could do like Lynn has. Lynn has cut out her panel. She's then used it as a stencil. And I thought that worked really, really cleverly. Very nice idea. Bought in this birthday wishes die, again one of Sue Wilson's French marigold dies around the side there. Little bit of ribbon, all very nice tones. She's actually gone for our lunar paste in Moonlight Sea for the colour going through on that actual die cut. But it just shows how you can get more out of your dies by using them as stencils as well if you would like to. So I really like that idea. That was very clever. So then, for our big bundle, let's try and keep together, shall we? So far we've got them 4. We're going to add in those 2 if you do go for the big bundle, or of course can be bought individually. Now, where are we? I need a bigger desk. That is my decision from this today. I need more room. But let's go on to the next one. Now, this is a wow die. This is a lovely Hawaiian shirt. Again, of course, by Sue Wilson. In this set, we have 9 different dies. Although it's a Hawaiian shirt, I don't think you have to use it as a Hawaiian shirt at all. It gives you a lot of options and ways that you can use it and decorate it. It's part of the shaped card collection, which means it actually, at the top, and I'll show you what I mean here, at the top we have a gap in the die so that there isn't a connection on the back plate. So if you wish to cut a backing plate like this one here, and actually cut through 2 pieces of card at once, if you put it on like the fold of a card, it will actually make for you your very own shaped card. You could then, if you wish, fold that in the middle and turn that into an easel, or you can keep it as it is. You then also have the ability to cut this outside edge by using both of the dies together, or you can go down to actually having the shirt as it is. You've then got a pocket die, which you can either cut out to put a different colour behind, or use the pocket on its own. You've then got leaves that you could decorate it with, sunglasses to go in the pocket, little cocktails as well to go around it. So lots and lots of ways in which you can dress that up. That die on its own should be £17.99, but is reduced for the next 7 days to only £15.29. So if you do want to go for that one on its own, then again, you can do that too. A couple of bits I want to share with you. So that's just one of the card blanks to show you how you could just create the card blank element if you do want to do that separately. When we had these on TV, Dean asked me if we could cut through fabric with them, and we stole some fabric off of one of the other shows and actually die cut that live on air. But it does show you again how maybe you'd like to turn that into a little key ring, or maybe you'd like to fill it and turn it into a little cushion, or maybe you'd just like to cut them from fabric to use on your cards or your albums. There's lots of different ideas that you could possibly do with this, ways in which you could use it, but it does give you another use for them, which I thought was a really nice idea. Then to carry on with our dies, we have 3 mini sentiments. Now we looked at these on lots of the different cards, didn't we? Sue's really good at this. When she brings out a collection, she doesn't want to leave you hanging for those sentiment bits that you want to add on to them. So she tries to give you a little selection of these as well. So we have Life's a Beach. Now this one should be £2.99 and it is reduced to just £2.54 if you'd like to get that one on its own. We then have for you Just Another Day in Paradise. Now this one should be £4.99, but again you can grab that one for 15% off if you'd like to on the website. And then we have you Sending You Sunshine, and again this one should be £4.49 and is reduced to just £3.81. And that completes all of the dies in your big bundle. So just to recap, you've got 3 sentiments, you've got your shirt die, you've got your Making Waves die, you've got your bubbles die, and then you've got all 4 of these frames. And hopefully by now you've seen lots of different ways in which you can use these together. Now the hugest saving that we can bring to you on this one, this should be £129.90. But we have a bundle offer for you. Again, only 7 days, and we're in November, so this might be the perfect present you want to ask for. You can buy the bundle for £103.99, and that is literally as far as we can possibly go as in regards to a saving and a discount for you. And it's by far the best way to get hold of them if you'd like the whole collection. So £103.99 would buy you all of that little lot. Now, if we look at that die-wise, you've got 5 in that one, 4 in this one, 4 in this one, 4 in this one, 1 in this one, 1 in this one, 9 in that one, and your mini expressions. So an awful lot of dies, a lot of metal for your money, and of course a lot of interchangeability and ways in which you can use them. And as I said, I think you're going to find lots of different themes and seasons and times of the year you're going to bring these out to craft with, not only in card making, but maybe home decor as well, certainly in scrapbooking, maybe journaling. Lots of different things you're going to do with them that I think you're going to really love this set. But as I mentioned, you might already have some of these. You might have got them when they launched, in which case you might wish to just choose your odd bits from them. And if you want to, you're more than welcome to. Now, I wanted to talk to you about my new sentiment collection. So if I can reach over and get these, which they're trying to be a little bit tricky, I thought I'd show you this card because we mentioned the Hawaiian shirt being used for other things other than just, of course, a Hawaiian theme. This time I've gone black and white. I think this would make a perfect bowling shirt as well, maybe. But it could be dressed up for just about anything, couldn't it, shirt-wise? But I wanted to share this card with you, not only for the shirt that's on here, but also the sentiments too. These are from my brand new sentiment collection, and you will find these on the website as well. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about these, but they're brand new. They're online, and if you would like to get them, I'm going a bit quick, and we have the wedding collection here. We have the new baby collection. We have the essential collection #1. There is a #2 coming. We have the female relatives. We have the male relatives. And of course, we have the other essential collection as well. You can buy all of those either with 15% off on the website as an introductory offer at the moment, or you can buy them all in one big bundle as well, which I believe, if I remember right, is $53.99. So if you would like to add them into your collection and you want to personalise, maybe you want to put the dads underneath the different expressions or with the shirts, or maybe you want them sort of new homes and missing yous and bits like that, that's going to work quite nicely again with this collection. So if you've not seen them, you might want to check them out too. Now, another thing that we have on offer for you that you will have seen throughout a lot of these cards is our packs of card. Now, at the time when I actually did this show, I was using sand, deep blue and gunmetal grey. These all come in packs of 20. They have a colour core to them, so they're the perfect card to use, and they should be $5.99 a packet, and they're reduced to just £5.09. So you've got sand, deep blue and gunmetal grey. 20 sheets in each. The GSM does vary slightly, so check them out on the website if you'd like to have a little look at them. As you can see, I think they work really nicely just with white. This is the sand, of course, and again showing you how you could make a larger card format using those dyes together. But all of the colours work really well. The gunmetal grey is actually one of my favourites, and one I go back to time and time again, not only for this collection but for everything. Grey just works, doesn't it? So you might want to check them out again for the next 7 days. You're going to get that discount, so you might want to grab them while you can. We also mentioned quite a lot of the Woodgrain stamp, didn't we? We looked at that in quite a few of the different samples. This is truly one of my favourites. I go back to it time and time again. It works so easily as a background. It can be used again for so many occasions. This is on offer. It should be £6.79, but it's only £5.77. It just works in a larger format as well, so if you do wish to stamp it in multiple ways, it's quite nice for that. It's also not too dramatic, so it doesn't steal the focus from whatever you're going to put on top of it. So even if you want to bring in sentiments or pictures, bits like that, they will still sit on that really nicely and look very good. So that might be one you want to add on as well. Then going back to Sue's original collection, we also have for you so much today to talk to you about. We also have the stencils that Sue released to go in with her collection. Now these are all on offer as well. These should be $3.99 each, and they're reduced to just £3.39. Now these are nice size stencils. These are 6x6 stencils. This one is our waves design. You've seen that used on quite a few of the cards, but there is a whole collection of them. We also have seashells for you. We have a lovely clouds design. Now again, I know that we're sort of going with this nautical beachy idea, but this again works all year, doesn't it? That's going to come in so handy for so many occasions. We then have a palm tree design as well. So don't forget, all individual obviously, should be $3.99 but reduced to just £3.59 singly if you would like to grab hold of those. Of course, you know by now, I'm sure, but I will just remind you in case it's something you forget. I do certainly from time to time. We can emboss our stencils in our machines with a rubber mat as well. And this is one that I've actually put through and used with my rubber mat just to give that texture to them. So also think of them a bit as a embossing folder, not only a stencil, and I felt that worked quite nicely for that one. A little card here using that waves design, in the background. Again, that flower is coming up. Don't forget the flower, not included in the big bundle. It is a separate die. So if you want to add that on, you might want to add that on separately. Another one here using the stencil to do the embossing, of course, with the palm trees. And then in the background, we have the waves design as well. I also wanted to share this with you. This is some clouds I did, just using the sort of peachy shade of the polishes we're going to share with you, the coral, in a second. But I thought that looked really lovely. Now I went over the edges, but I used a stipple brush and just stippled over the top of the stencil, and I thought that made quite a nice background. Also reminds me for some reason of Toy Story. So I think when I keep saying about children's cards and bits like that, maybe that's something you could bring in as well if you've got reasons to be doing your kids' cards. So onto our polishes, we just mentioned those, didn't we? We have 4 different colours of polish for you that, again, you've seen used for a lot of the samples. These all come out at the same time as this collection did as a brand new item. We have got for you Sandcastle, which of course is this lovely yellow. We have then got for you Blue Wave, and isn't that the perfect shade for a wave? Then we have got for you Pink Sunset and Coral Sand. Now these work together so beautifully. If you've never seen the polishes before, Jenga's not my forte. If you've never seen the polishes before, inside every lid is an applicator sponge. So you can apply them with this, but you don't have to use that. You can of course use them with a stencil brush, a brayer, a paintbrush, whatever you wish to work with them. But that applicator will take them on quite smoothly. When we open them up, on the inside we have your product. Just build up a little ramp on the side of the jar and then use these to go across your embossing folders and all your different sort of products like so. They also work very nicely on non-porous surfaces. Obviously they're not waterproof, but if you'd like to use them on acetates and bits like that, you can leave them on those and they will dry and they look very lovely. I really like using these over MDF as well. They have incredible coverage for that. There's a lot of information about these on our website. You can also see videos on our YouTube channel showing you more techniques with them, but these certainly are one that you might want to grab hold of. Those are also on offer. They should be £6.79, but they're reduced at the moment to just £5.77 individually. So you don't have to buy a big bundle with us. If you just want to buy just one colour, you can do for £5.77. Don't forget that £5 is also the point in which you receive free P&P in the UK. So if you do just want to try one of them, you could get that sent to you completely free of charge postage wise, and it's only going to cost you £5.77 to give it a go and see how you get on. But they are incredibly good fun. When we look towards some colours of those being used, or a couple of cards where I've used those on, this is one of the cards where I've just striped them down on a piece of white card to make the background piece. I've also used them to create the colour for the flower. Another card here that I've done with them is literally just taking them and using them to create a rainbow effect on the back of a piece of card, or on the front of a piece of card, sorry. And then I put some vellum over the top of it to show those little windows coming through, and flowers die cut out of the offcuts of the piece for the background. So really just fun, very seaside-y colours that are going to come together very nicely for you. Then we mentioned, I know there's so much to chuck in, isn't there? I hope I'm not overloading you today, but I want you to see all of the bits that I've used to make the samples and the rest of the design team have. So hopefully this is working and it's a good time for you to get in and get a save in. These are our Colour Cloud inks. Colour Cloud inks are really cool. They're a dye-based blending ink. When you take the lid off, you've got this felt topper here. You've also got a donut filled full of ink underneath there. You can use your blending tool or your smoothies, whichever ones you used to go to, and just pick up that ink and work with it to blend. You can also stamp with it. You can do a lot of cool techniques. Again, you will find videos on our YouTube channel showing you how to use these. We can also share videos with you as well. If you can't find them, just yell and we'll give you some links. But lots of fun with these. And we've got 3 colours. We've got Ocean Blue, we have got Sunlit Cedar, and we have got Barley Nude. If I show you those on our boards, just so you can see, we can stamp with them like we have in the background. We can blend with them. They look really, really beautiful and they're very effortless to work with. Bringing in now Sunlit Cedar, and we'll finish that one off with Ocean Blue. And again, they are all on offer for you on the website. They should be £6.99 each, and they are only £5.94 if you'd like to just try one of them. Again, you don't have to buy all 3. You can just mix and match. There is a whole collection of these. You can probably see on by my little shelf up here that there are more colours available. You'll find them on the website as well, but these shades are on offer for the next 7 days. On top of that, where else are we going to go? What else do we have to tease you with? We have that flower, don't we? Now, we keep mentioning that flower. Let's talk to you a little bit about that. So our flower today is the one that we have been using for a lot of these. This is the heart leaf flower. In here you receive 5 separate dies, so you can use these and build them up as you wish to. This is the only die I'm going to share with you today that is not in the bundle. This one should be £10.99 and it is reduced to just £9.34. When we cut these elements out, they will also deboss a little detail into the middle of your flower as well, which is really, really pretty. When we build these up, here's one of the cards I've created with them, and you can see how nicely you can shape those just around a pair of tweezers to give sort of a decal edge finish to them, or a sort of wibbly edge finish to them maybe. They're also the same flowers in which I show you on this card, and of course on this card, and of course on this card as well. So you've seen quite a bit of inspiration on how they're going to work for you. And then the last item I thought I would show you today is, of course, our Glitterbitz that are also on this show. And we use these on several other samples, including in our Court in Crystal, like on this card here. On the background, you can see that lovely sparkle coming through. That is, of course, our Sea Spray Glitterbitz. Now, these are really cool. Again, they come in lots of different colours, but these two colours are on offer on the website. Now, when we take the lid off these, you'll see that you get 3 different size particles in each jar, and they are just full of sparkle. Now, these should be £4.79 individually, but at the moment they are on offer at only £4.07. And you have got the Sea Spray one that we just mentioned, and you've got Coral Red. How glorious is that? You can see so many shades coming through in that sort of holographic glitter, and you've got them different sized particles. So again, whether you want to use these with a cookie glue pen, over double-sided tape, over your self-adhesive sheets, if you want to mix them into texture paste, if you want to use them in your Court in Crystals, you absolutely can do. Lots and lots you can do with those. Then they're all the sort of main products I wanted to share with you today, but I did also want to remind you, and we've spoke a lot about the Court in Crystal, and we've spoke a little bit about the pearl tints. We have the pearl tints, of course, on offer on the website. Those I'm going to put on the page too, so you can look at them. But there's a lot of colours in these, and the crystal tints, and they're both on separate offers in which you can buy 5 and get 1 free. So it's quite a good little discount, that actually. I've just got a couple of boards here to share with you, just so you can see how they're going to look. We've got the crystal tints. There are more colours than this, but if I just give you a slight flick through, you can see here they're going to dry on acetate. You can do little dots with them. They'll go quite flat, but they do keep their shape quite nicely. Or if you wish to stipple them out, you can create some lovely background effects with them as well. Again, you're going to see quite a few videos with these on our YouTube channel where we've used them to sort of drop and drag to create backgrounds and different effects, but perfect for that stained glass. When we're talking of the stained glass effects that Lynn's been creating and the ones I've been using, it's crystal tints that you're going to use to create those effects on the back of your acetate. We also have pearl tints as well, so let's show you those too. Pearl tints are the same, but they're a solid consistency, as you can see by the dots up here, and they're a more pearl finish. And again, more colours of these available on the website, but hopefully this will give you just a little idea of how they're going to look and what you could be creating with these as well. So just flicking for a few of those to give you a little idea of them, but they're a lovely product to work with, and they can also be mixed in quite nicely. So if you would like to mix your pearl tints with your crystal tints, you can do that. Here's one of my backgrounds that I've created, just sticking the die cut onto acetate and then mixing the colours together with a cocktail stick to create these swirls in both the sun and in the waves. That works quite nicely. Or if you wish to, these two have been actually a mix of crystal tints and pearl tints used together on the same project. And then actually, I think, oh, no, I haven't sprinkled glitter into those ones, but you can sprinkle glitter in as well if you would like to give you even more of a glittery finish. Here's one of the crystal tint ones where I've actually added in just some fine, like Aurora style glitter to give a bit of a sparkle into that one. So they're a good product to add more to as well. Again, you'll find videos on our YouTube channel showing you more about those, but I didn't want to keep you forever. I just wanted to really remind you of the offers that we've got going on for this week and to show you that bounce back opportunity, because we felt that this is something you might really appreciate. So often these products come out, we have that one sort of launch offer and show offer, and then they're back to full price and you don't get a chance to grab them again at a discount. So this gives you a chance to get hold of these items for the next 7 days on offer. Now, don't forget, really our main focus, of course, today is about this die collection. You can buy them all individually, as I mentioned, with 15% off, or you can buy the whole bundle that Pete's going to scan over for us here, and you can get all of the dies together, which should be £129.90 for just £103.99. Or if you prefer, you can say, well, I just want the stained glass element of them. I can just go for those 4. And you could pick just them ones, and they should be £67.96, and they're only £53.99. And of course, as I mentioned, in the UK, anytime you spend over £5, you're going to get completely free P&P. Your international shipping is capped at just £10. So it doesn't matter where you live, just pop online, look at under our customer service tab, if I remember rightly, and it will tell you how that works. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let us know. I hope you've enjoyed today's little video. Don't forget, you've got 7 days to grab hold of these offers from the moment we've launched it. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye for now.